So today I recorded this the 27th of November. Yeah, in Frankfurt, Switzerland. Well, my impact, like my background, how it impacted on my work. Well, I come from actually already from art, like that's my background because my father is also an artist. So let's say it comes from there and also from the graphic design part because I studied, I made some graphic design school apprenticeship. And yeah, that's I think also visible. Also, there is a digital influence in my work, but I also want to keep the craft somehow. I try to combine the nowadays technology with my craft, and bring it to a new point. I tried at least. Also with my new sculptures that I'm planning, the flying sculpture and stuff, and these moving sculptures, these creatures or existences I merge. It's all together actually, and the concept of my work was crystallized out of my past 10 years of working. Like I had very different stages in my painting and sculpting work. I tried many things. I started very young from graphic design, drawing, making a lot of objects out of any kind of material in the studio of my father. And I think the existential part of it always was there. I just didn't exactly know. I had to clarify it through this process of trying and failing and searching and also understanding better what has been done in art. And actually I feel like through this process and also through my interest also in artists that have done an important, created or clarified an important fundament for painting and whatever, all of that, I felt like with time through this process of understanding and searching, I understood more and more the fundamentals and the key and the importance of the work that has been done before mine, to reuse it in my work. I feel like the big painters and stuff, and artists and sculptors, they left the keys of fundamental things to our artists, and it's like not a secret, but in between the lines, let's say like this, it's for a painter understandable in another language, and he continues there where it was left by those, by them. Yeah. My biggest influences. I would say, sounds crazy, but through some interviews of Duchamp, Francis Bacon, and especially Gerhard Richter, I know this sounds crazy. My work doesn't look at in any kind of way like these painters or artists' work, but the fundamentals come from there in my work. And also one newer artist, Refik Anadol, he also influenced me a lot. I think the way he reuses data is crazy. I'm doing almost something very similar, just with biology and in a painted way. He's doing it in a digital painted way. I would leave it like that. I'm focusing right now on new paintings, all what I have been working on this year. I had two solo shows this year, also then a group show in St. Moritz, two bigger solo shows here in Switzerland. I'm focusing now on merging those elements that came together, and through my process of understanding, I feel like there happened a lot in my painting and also with my sculptures. and I'm really focusing on the sculptures and the painting at the same time. It's very difficult because I work like at the moment, like always, like I can't even stop because it's strange. And if I stop, it's because I don't know where to start because there is so much going on. So I have to write it down, and yeah, I have sometimes weeks where it's like a bit, yeah, let's say, not so flowy as I want. But whatever, that's part of the whole thing. Yeah, the biggest challenge of being an artist is like I don't need, like, let's say the financial part is very difficult to pay the rent and still keep working, focusing on your work, and to not forget also to a little bit live your life in a healthy way. I mean, taking care of yourself. I also try to do some movement, I have a lot of movement through my work, but I also need to go out a little bit. Yeah, that's it. I like to have a balance. I think that's very difficult, and at the same time to have just this little amount of money to pay your stuff. Yeah. Unconventional mediums or techniques. Yeah, I would say, Yeah, I think this what I'm trying now with these radio-controlled sculptures and flying sculptures is something I've been seeing that with drones and stuff, also with some technologies coming from RC models. That's also coming from my past, but yeah, techniques like I've been trying a lot, let's say. I tried any kind of material. I tried also to recycle plastic bottles and make them to sculptures. Actually, you can do it by 3D printing, I know, but I wanted to melt them, like to form them in another way. That was some time back my idea, but yeah, then I figured out it's not like I wish it to be. And yeah, that's what I think, is what I can tell you about this. Well, my advice to my younger self, like pushing it into the research of what's going on in the art world, and also historical, and focusing more on the fundamental stuff from the beginning. And I could have maybe shortened my research somehow, but I think, just try and think, try and think, that's it. And do the research also at the same time, because it's very important to clarify what you're doing. Yeah. And then I think I did the other question before. I listen to a lot of music, classical music. I also listen to some neuro waves and stuff, these frequencies. That's very helping me to focus. That's really helpful sometimes. Yeah. And yeah, I think this is... Sometimes I also need the silence, yeah. I admit sound is not always the solution. The best reaction that someone had to my work was actually a dog. I painted a dog that was really very realistic and was so funny. It was like commission work. And the crazy thing was the dog went really crazy when when it saw the painting, and it was exactly life size of the dog, and this was like this was so funny. Actually, it was not related to my usual work, so it was really a unconventional work for me and for my practice. But this reaction was really hilarious. Yeah, I like that reaction from it. Was so sincere and so just natural somehow, yeah, and funny at the same time. uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's it, yeah. And what I still can say now about upcoming events, I don't have much, because I have had these two solo shows this year, and I'm really very focusing now on producing new work. And then after that, or through that, during the process, I'm gonna see how it's gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna see how it's gonna go and what's gonna happen. Yeah, let's say like this. Thank you anyway for the interview. I'm really happy to be part of this project, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to the result.